Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Iron Sheik 84, and I'd like to celebrate Austin 316 Day by streaming the Stone Cold Day Tour. So, let's get started. I'm excited to see what prizes there are here. So, I think I'm going to go with Zombie Austin here. He's going to be my best choice and my best character. Just let me add Mr. Xavier Woods back on here. Let's get started. Got it. Thank you very much. Hope y'all are having a fabulous Tuesday so far. I know I certainly am. All right. First one down, many more to go. Got to put this on Discord. All right, next is Aleister Black. This out of my face a little bit. There we go, that's good. Alrighty. Let's see. While I'm finishing off Aleister Black. It's going great, Sean. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you joining here. Whenever I put this VOD on YouTube, I got a little surprise for everybody, so I'm definitely gonna request that y'all at least watch the first 30 or 45 seconds of the upload to YouTube. But yeah, happy Austin 316 Day to you, Sean. So the first tours are going to be a piece of cake, because I mean, 5SB Zombie Austin versus these characters isn't going to be any sort of a real fight. By the way, how's your evening going? Did you have a good day? Have you gotten a chance to do these tours yet? Yeah, I haven't gone through and like I didn't check out all the prizes. I had a lot of meetings and whatnot today. Kind of my work week is Mondays are catch-up days from the weekends and run reports and whatnot. Then Tuesdays I have a big program meeting where I talk about the supply chain stuff at my job. And then Wednesdays and Thursdays are my meeting heavy days, and then Fridays are kind of just, catch-up days and whatnot. Yeah, hey, what's up, Budnick? Oh, by the way, music's not too loud, is it? that's a little bit better. I think I had it a little too loud. Well, I mean, I know it may not seem too loud right here, but whenever I put these VODs on YouTube, if I have it up, yeah, the thing is, I know on here when I'm streaming it doesn't seem like it, but when I put these on YouTube, the sound like drowns me out, or basically like you literally can't hear me speak at all. But yeah, nothing of importance was lost. If y'all didn't hear me for the first couple minutes, just jamming away. I hope y'all enjoyed jamming away to the TMNT OC remix track that I had on. There we go. Yeah, what is it? The 1,000 Blitz tickets wasn't too bad either. I mean, obviously I'll see the better stuff later on, but I'm gonna run some. I might take a break and do it later on. Oh, actually, which reminds me, I need to tell my wife something real quick. After this match, I need to just step away for like 30 seconds. Kind of got so. I have like a decent. So in my old faction, we didn't really do a lot of blitzes and whatnot because you know, we didn't really kind of go at it as hard as we do in our current group. So I had like over 100K blitz tickets, and then I just did a crap load of hells whenever I was able to, and typically I've gotten like super low before. Like I've gotten into the 4 digits, and then every once in a while, you know, it's like, and then, you know, whenever events and stuff happen, I'll creep back up, you know, like 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, which I know that's not as much as some other people, but you know, it's still a decent amount. Yeah, excuse me for just a moment. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. I know I should have put up the be right back sign, but I was only going to be gone for like a minute. We're making some baked chicken, and I got busy with something earlier, and I forgot to tell my wife to go put it in the oven because she was helping me out. Whew. I want to be able to eat dinner at a decent hour. Let's see. Whatever. I'll put Carmella. Not that I'll really need it. So Sean and Budnick, did you beat the whole tour or just a portion of it? Working through hell mode right now. Well, I appreciate you watching me while you're doing that. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny sometimes when like there's certain characters that I want and I try and I try and I try and then I finally get them and I don't really use them all too much. I remember the Showboat version of Austin was always needed with it's like was always needed for bonus points on tours and stuff like that. So I was just like, oh man, I really want him, I really want him. And now that I have him, I've like barely worked on him. It's like I kind of anytime they want Austin, I kind of default to the zombie one, and then the striker one's okay. He was a lot better when he still had the glitch, and then they took it away. So he's not somebody I've used since then. And for those that don't know what I'm referring to, so Flair's coaching ability is he gives he adds negative turns on black submissions. Now you might wonder, well, why would you ever want to not do the maximum amount of damage? Well, for people like Edge, you want some people prefer to have less turns because that gives the CPU less opportunity to break your leech gems, or with Paige, less of a chance for them to break the gems that are going to turn into protect gems, and then of course you turn them into the cross breaks. But what happened is there was a glitch where if your black submissions went to 0 or into the negative, that they would be infinite. So at that point, whenever I had stuck him on the striker version of the striker Austin, and especially if you put them on loot boxes or in the corners, it's like I may not have done a bunch of damage at 4K or 5K or whatever it was, but you did an infinite amount of it's like sub turns. So there was one of the nodes in particular that required them. So that plus it's like one of the gold dusts also has a black sub. So I used them and I was able to pass that with 3 stars without having to put like any resources into them. So it was pretty cool. I know a lot of people got mad that they fixed it because they put Naya up to 4 stars, because at 4 stars she gets a black sub, and then when they fixed the glitch, she was pretty much useless again after that. All right, beat Aleister Black there. And I'm gonna do just one quick little neat note to share with everybody, since I got some newbies in the stream who may not have seen all my old streams, but that match right there was just with Aleister Black, right? Wonder who that dude is right there, huh? That was Tommy N, aka Aleister Black. I saw him at an Evolve show when WrestleMania was in Dallas several years ago. And he was a super cool dude. My wife's from the Netherlands as well. So I told him, I was like, hey dude, I'm getting married in a couple weeks. And I showed, showed him, I was like, oh yeah, it's like she's from this town. And he's like, oh yeah, I've been there before. So it was pretty neat, and it was nice to, have a more, I don't know, to have something in common with with the wrestler, rather than like, hey, I like you. Yeah, I miss going to indie shows too. My local promotion, VIP Wrestling, they put on fantastic shows. Uh, not only do they have like we have some great local talent still actually, but several of our mainstays are now in the WWE or AEW. So Sammy Guevara was somebody who wrestled quite a bit at VIP Wrestling, and he's from Houston. Um, it's like he's also somebody that I got to know personally too. I mean, again, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that, oh man, we were the best of friends and we hung out and did all this stuff. That'd be a total and complete lie. But you know, my wife was a big fan of him, and so was it's like so was I, and for what it's worth, like he would make it a point to come and say hi to me, or I would make it a point to say hi to him at every single indie show that I would go to, and I like that, that having that sort of having that sort of connection with them. So here's Willie Mack right here. He came in for a one shot. There's Sammy. There's Mr. Sheik right there. So yeah, Keith Lee is from Dallas. I'll find his photo in a little bit. There's Raymond Rowe. He's from Houston as well. There's Ivar. I know I'm going kind of quick on this, but it's only because I don't want to hold up the tour hold this up too much, sharing pictures of me and random wrestlers. Let's see, where is Keith Lee? If I can't find another second or two, I'm just gonna call it quits. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold up the stream just to show off pictures of me and Keith Lee. I think y'all believe me. There'd be something stupid to lie about to say like, oh hey, I met Keith Lee when I really didn't. Oh. There we go. There's Keith. I don't know why I haven't put all my stuff on Facebook or whatever, but yeah, there you go. There's me and Keith Lee. But once COVID, once COVID goes away, I'll start showing up at shows. VIP Wrestling has a couple of limited seating shows that they started, but unfortunately they kind of been at bad times and I haven't been able to go. But soon, hopefully soon. Yeah, I mean, I've been to a couple of indie shows that were just god awful, and I was like, oh my god, like I, not being rude, of course. I mean, they're trying. I don't want to seem like a jerk, but they weren't exactly the best of shows, and I didn't exactly have the best time there. But yeah, it's. I like the intimate nature of it. I've been to WrestleMania. I've been to 4 WrestleManias. And the fact that I can come up and say what's up. I can go and say what's up to people and whatnot. It's that's something that you're not gonna get in it's like in the WWE or AEW. Then it's like I collect the I collect the 8x10s for myself, so I got a bunch of I have a bunch of people I've met. Again, I'm not gonna go through everybody just because like I don't care. You know, it's like I don't care to. Maybe you know, it's like if somebody prominent comes up on the tour here, I'll say something. But you know, it's like I've met a lot of cool wrestlers over the years. You know, it's like thankfully to that. And yeah, I seeing from Buffalo, like definitely being on the East Coast. You know, y'all get a bunch of you know, y'all get a bunch of promotions, which I think is neat. And the other thing too, so if you've never been to Texas before, the quickest way out of the state is going north into Oklahoma, which only takes me about an hour. I mean, and I'm not factoring traffic, of course, or you know, construction or anything like that. To get out of Texas, if you go north, if you're gonna go north from Dallas for an hour, you're in Oklahoma. But other than that, if you go east into Louisiana, it's a roughly like 6 or 7 hour car ride. Going south to Mexico is 12 or 13 hours, and then and then going to El Paso is that's also uh, 9 hours, I think. And one of the things that I always find funny, so like I said, I mentioned, obviously I've mentioned multiple times. Hey, what's up, Spider? You know, I mentioned multiple times I'm from Dallas. So one of those things that's kind of hard to believe, but if I were to drive right now from Dallas to El Paso, I would be closer to California than I would be coming back home to Dallas. But you know, being on the East Coast, starting from New York, and I mean, I know New York traffic is terrible, so I'm not gonna discount that. But you know, you could be in like Connecticut and Pennsylvania and stuff in like 5 or 6 hour, in like 5 or 6 hours or whatever. I can't even get out of Texas in less than that, unless I'm going to Oklahoma. My browser's being a little slow, so I'm just gonna do a quick refresh here. Hopefully that fixes whatever it is. Just like the game locks up every once in a while, there's something called an OpenGL error, which freezes the game and causes you to lose just as if your game crashed. So whenever I see the game kind of jittering like that, that's kind of my that's kind of my sign to do that. So I've never done any of the accesses because the first WrestleMania I went to is 25 in Houston, and I went because obviously Houston is close, is close to me. I was willing to do the 5 hour drive to go there, and I went with my siblings, and we kind of we went in the afternoon, kind of drove straight there pretty much to the venue, went to the show, and then drove straight back. So we didn't stay and do anything. The following WrestleMania was in Arizona, I believe, and that one it's like my mom and dad, they're not big wrestling fans, but we made it a weekend trip. We went one day to Las Vegas and then came back for and then drove down to Phoenix. Then for Atlanta and Miami, which are the next two that I went to, we made a weekend of it. But the other, it's like, but instead of going to Access, like I went with my siblings and some friends, and they didn't want to do Access, and to be honest, I didn't really want to. I wanted to explore the city. So so we did that instead, and we had a really, really good time. Got to eat at some great places, and I haven't been to a WrestleMania since then. Now I know this is a really long-winded story, but when WrestleMania was in Dallas, I thought about doing Access, and I wanted to take the entire week off, but I was getting married like less than 2 weeks after that. And I couldn't justify taking a week off from work when I had my honeymoon coming up, and also spending the several $100s or whatever it is on Access on top of the other indie shows that I was going to. So, whenever it comes to Dallas next year, will I go? Maybe. I am gonna take some days off to go to go to the other various indie shows that there are. Now, um, my schedule is going to be completely dependent on what's going on. So I'm just saying, for example, so if I see that there's like two shows I want to go to on Thursday, but nothing the rest of the week, then I'm not gonna use a PTO day for like the rest of the week. But I'll figure it out. I got a whole year to plan that, and thankfully, getting around isn't too terrible. I will say, unless you plan on being in the Arlington area or the downtown area the whole time, we don't have a very good public transport system in Dallas. So make sure to rent a car or get Ubers and factor in that cost. And Dallas is a very big city too, so just keep that in mind. So like where I live in North Dallas is like 45 minutes from Arlington, and like I said, that's no traffic, no nothing. Alright, Circuit Master, now on to Hell mode. There we go. I forgot where Can You Smell It's from, or it's like Great J-Man Gaming. Maybe one of these days we can all go and meet at the border and just shit talk each other the whole time. Oh, pardon me. I just need to take I'm getting a phone call. Just be one moment. All right, I'm back. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh yeah. So, in addition to being a big wrestling fan, I'm also a fan of The Simpsons. Uh, and I know that, by the way, I know sometimes my humor, it's only funny to me and it's incredibly stupid. But do any of y'all watch The Simpsons or used to watch The Simpsons? Yeah. So, I mean, you've seen the Camp Krusty episode, right? So every single time that I see Aleister Black, again, I know this is stupid. I know that this, it's like that it's incredibly cheesy. But every single time, it's every single time I see him, I'm like, it's like, uh, you know, uh, so there's that thing, it's like where they play the Krusty video, and he's like, It's like, hi, it's like I'm, it's like I'm Mr. Black, it's like the head of, Euro Itchy Scratchy Land or whatever, and they play that video from Krusty, and it's like, it's like Krusty's like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't be here, it's like, but you're gonna be here with my best friend, and then they dub over Mr. Black. It's like, it's like you should give Mr. Black the same respect that you would give me. So here's my best friend, Mr. Black. So every single time that I see Aleister Black's name, I'm always like, Aleister Black. And I don't know why it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. It's stupid, I know, but it's a crappy joke that like nobody would get unless I give all the context behind it. Oh dang! Oh, I wish I hadn't cascaded. Alright, get off your move, then boom, right there. Alright, I can do one more. There you go, boom. With my power gems, it's really not gonna make a difference, but why risk it? There we go. Okay. Alright, how many more? I saw y'all, oh yeah, that's a little bit later in the episode, where they, so of course, like, it's like they're, it's like Mr. Black and then Jimbo, Kearney, and Dolph are, they're abusing the Simpson children and all the other campers, and it's like their spirit is broken, and they're like, hey, we want Krusty. And they bring out, Barney, and it's like, and they say like, oh, it's like, it's like Barney, it's like Krusty hurt his back or something like that, and he has laryngitis, so he can't talk, and that's kind of the breaking point for the Simpson children and everybody, and they're like, it's like, and they're like, we want Krusty, and yeah, and then Barney goes, we want Crunchy. Yeah, speak of the devil, VIP Wrestling actually just posted about their latest thing. Let's see. Oh, hey, Sammy apparently is going to be at this thing. What do you know? So yeah, let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna finish this match first. I need to be more professional. There we go. I was gonna talk about the card, but I also want to finish this and get it over with. There we go. There we go. He's probably... Alright, so he kicked out of this, but he's not kicking out of this setup. Boom. There you go. Just going for the raw damage. There you go. And the Godfather is down. Alright. So here we go, just showing this off. Live Smash Mouth Wrestling. It's like the Haltom Theater in Haltom, Texas. It's the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara. And Carlito's going to be there, and JTG's our current our current champion. So let's look at the card real quick. So there's going to be the Crew, Prime Flight, Chili Boys, and High Noon Posse. Rocca Chanel versus Alejandro the Lion. Bane Bailey versus Paul Titan. Dylan Smith versus Christian Mox. Tori Mosh versus Killa Kate. The Chili Boys versus Eddie Martinez and Nate Collins, the Concrete Cowboy. Skip over some of these. So yeah, there's Action Jackson is going to be facing Gino Medina. JTG versus Carlito. Antonio San Francisco versus Izzy James. Brett Idol and Thomas Busey versus Bryson Scott and Joe Angelo Garcia. Chris Cruz, Will Austin, and Nathan Bradley in a triple threat. Jason Knight versus Brian Keith. So yeah, that's going to be 3/26/21. So yeah, if you're in the Dallas area, check out VIP Wrestling. All right, got 4 more matches to go, and we'll be done here. So yeah, I might go. I've never met Carlito before. I'd love to take a photo with him. Get his autograph. There we go. Thankfully, relatively quick match. I always like it whenever I get the yellow matches right off the bat, so I don't have to spend too much time. You know, the less turns I have to do, the better. There we go. Alright, so y'all ready for the midweek showdown challenge thingy? I'm hoping by some way, shape, or form, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, that I hopefully get the last, 210 Sako shards I need to unlock him. Because if I do, I'm going to pour all my resources into getting him up. Oh yeah, Orange Cassidy. You know, I should probably switch this back to full screen so it doesn't look kind of. What's funny? My friend Harvey. He actually, when he lived in California, Orange Cassidy was his neighbor, and he, it's like, and apparently, I mean, like, they weren't like, again. They weren't like close buds, but they were good neighbors. And he actually knew him when he was, first starting out, and it's like hitting up the indie scene. And it's like when AEW happened, and he saw him, he was like, "Holy crap, I know him!" Ah! Yeah, I'd love to meet Orange Cassidy. Yeah, so my favorite wrestler of all time. Oh yeah, by the way, you know what? I'm interacting with you guys. We got a couple more of these before we finish. Who's your favorite wrestler? So mine growing up was Bret Hart, and I got to meet him several years ago in Houston, and that was a very, it's like that made me a happy boy. And since then there have been other people I've knocked off the list. But yeah, Brett's definitely the one that I wanted to meet. Now, I've knocked a few out of the way, like I said, here and there over the years. But I'd really like to meet Iron Sheik. He's my namesake. I'd love to meet him. And also, I am multilingual. I think I mentioned this last stream, but yeah, I think he'll get a neat kick out of meeting somebody who can speak Farsi to him. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, I will say when Sammy had his very, very last match, I told him it's like that I wished him the best of luck, but I was also really sad that I wouldn't get to see him wrestle anymore. Because like I said, he was a cool dude. It's like he plays the chicken shit heel very well. But it's like I said, he was a very cool dude. It's like there's a I don't know if I have it, and I'm not gonna go. I'll save the picture for another day. But he held my boy. It was funny because at the show he zonked out. So there's a picture of like me, Mrs. Sheik, and it's like and him holding Baby Sheik while Baby Sheik's like just completely zonked out. Oops. Not mean to do that twice in a row. There we go. Come on. I don't know why sometimes like my browser just doesn't. I don't know if it's my mouse or my browser that just does not want to freaking register that I did a swipe. Maybe one of these days I'll be a god gamer and finally get like a wired mouse with all the colors and shit on there. Right. Do that. We are done. Oh yeah, and speaking of Senor Jericho, here's the second time I met him. Oh, that's yeah. This was, or no, I take that back. I think that was the third time I saw him. This was the third time that I saw him. There's HBK right there. And there's the first time that I met Jericho. And I'll save a very funny story with Daniel Bryan to end the stream. I also met HBK twice, but I don't know where the second photo is. Alright, last node. Alright, no purple matches, but I will take that yellow right there. For right now. Alright, this is going to be fairly easy. There you go, boom. And this match is over. Just do 45k damage. and Psycho Sid, the master and ruler of the world, has been defeated. So there you go. That's the Austin Day tour, done completely. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I've never been to a Fozzy show before. I wanted to go. The last time that they performed, sometimes it's one of those things. It's like you want to go, but obligations. But I haven't gotten to see Fozzy perform, but eventually, hopefully. But yeah, that's the Stone Cold Day tour. So like I said, I'm gonna end it on a funny story with Daniel Bryan. So I'm gonna start this off by saying there was an indie show that I went to with Colt Cabana was like the featured person, and Jimmy Jacobs came as a surprise. So I went to the show, and it's like, so we were going past him at the merch table, doing the meet and greet and shaking hands, taking photos and all that stuff. And when I went up to Jimmy Jacobs at his show, at his table, he had a little framed picture of Daniel Bryan that was signed, and he's like, hey, he's like, you know who Daniel Bryan is, right? Do you wanna? He's like, would you be interested in an autographed picture? He's like, only $20. And so I told him, I was like, well, I'll buy it if you'll call Daniel Bryan to authenticate that he signed this, just as a joke, right? And to his credit, he took his phone out and he called Daniel Bryan right then and there. And he's like, I'll let you talk to him. I don't care. And unfortunately, we got his voicemail, so I never got to talk to him, and I didn't buy the picture. But when I met him here at this Autorama, I told him the story, and he got a good laugh out of it. I got him to sign his entry in the WWE encyclopedia, so it was a good time. But yeah, I wouldn't take Jimmy Jacobs' word as his bond, and made him call Daniel Bryan to authenticate a photo. But yeah, that'll do it for me tonight. As always, Bud, Nick, Spider, Sean, and anybody else who caught the stream, thank you so much for joining. Best of luck on the Stone Cold tour, and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.